I was just a very, not even a late bloomer. I never bloomed. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a video all about my... Can I do that already? I don't think so. Alright, today's going to be a video all about these girls right here, and I'm kind of excited to be doing it for you because all of the other boob job updates I've done, you guys have really loved. I got my breast augmentation back in April of 2021, and it is currently November 3rd, 2022. So it has been a little over a year and a half ago since I've gotten my boobs done, and I wanted to give you guys this video just telling you all about, you know, what my experience was like, what I am feeling now a year and a half later. And so just sit tight while I give you guys the inside scoop on my new homegirls here, okay? I did a Q&A on my Instagram, and for those of you who do not follow me on Instagram, go follow me because I do polls and stuff all the time, and I give you guys the inside scoop on the types of videos that I'm going to be posting. Go follow me on Instagram, Jen's Faves. And so let's get right into it. The very first question that I got was, how long did the healing / recovery process take? Typically, the healing process is about 6 to 8 weeks, and that's pretty much how long it took for me to get back to doing regular activities, because before I got my boobs done, I was like in the gym working out. After I got my boobs done, my doctor told me not to work out, not to lift anything heavy. Like, I literally was not allowed to lift anything heavier than, I think it was like 10 pounds. So I couldn't carry my daughter. She was like 4 at the time, but she would ask me to carry her, and I'm like, baby, I cannot. So I was not able to lift anything heavy or put strain on my boobs at all. I think after 8 weeks, my doctor cleared me to go back to the gym, and I wasn't doing anything extraneous. I told my trainer that I had recently gotten my boobs done, so certain workouts would kind of hurt to do, like lifting weights to the side would kind of hurt. And I just expressed to her that, you know, I did have this procedure, so I do have to take it slow. And so she took it slow. She asked me to let her know if, you know, any of the workouts felt any type of way, and then we would stop and pick a different type of workout. So the recovery time was about 6 to 8 weeks before I was able to get back to regular scheduled programming. The second question I got was, what type of implants did I get? Typically, there are 2 to 3 types of implants if you want to be technical, but the main ones are silicone and saline. Saline is like, I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me. Saline is kind of like a watery type of implant. So like if you cut through the pouch that the implants come in, the water will leak right out. So if your implant pops and it's saline, it will literally gush out, deflate, and you'll be left with like a flat boob. Silicone is more like sturdy. So the kinds that I got was actually called Gummy Bear Silicone. I'm not sure if Gummy Bear and silicone is the same thing, or if that's just a variation of silicone, but I got Gummy Bear implants, and they say that's pretty much silicone. So it's like a gummy bear. If you were to slice through a gummy bear, the gummy bear is not going anywhere. So these cannot pop. Like, you can't pop these. You could slice this with a knife and be able to just see the inside. It's just like a little gummy bear. So that's the one that I got. I don't think the doctor I went to offers saline. I could be wrong, but the only thing that he offered me was the gummy bear implants, and I heard so many good things about the gummy bear implants anyways, so I was fine with it. I will say though that I don't think my mom cares that I talk about this. But my mom did get her boobs done like years and years ago, and she got saline. So hers do feel a lot more realistic than mine do. Like if you touch her boobs, they actually jiggle. Mine don't really jiggle like that. They kind of just stay in place unless you move them. Like if I jump, they don't really bounce like real titties. Hers bounce. So there is kind of a difference in my opinion. I feel like the silicone does feel more realistic, but I think the gummy bear implants are a lot safer. And then the next question actually ties into the previous question. I kind of already answered this. It says, how do they feel? They feel pretty decent, honestly. They don't feel rock hard, but like I said, regular titties are a lot softer than this. Like you could feel that this is very sturdy. It's very sturdy, but it's not, I'm filling up on myself this whole video. They do feel very sturdy, but they don't feel rock hard. And on to the next question. What did I use for scarring? I personally did not use anything for scarring. My doctor said that I didn't have to use anything because I actually got my incisions done through the nipple. A lot of people usually get their incisions like right underneath the boob or through the armpits, which is how my mom had hers, which is through the armpits, so you can't really see her incisions. However, I came into this procedure literally flat as a concrete pavement cement block. Like, I was a flat. SpongeBob flat. Well, SpongeBob's a guy. Is he? Yeah, he is. I was flat as a sheet of paper, and so I didn't really have much to work with. All they had to do was insert the implant in there to give me some oomph. When I went into it, he was just like, you know what, we can just do the incision right through the nipple, stick the implants in so that you won't really see any scarring. So you know how we have areolas? A lot of us do. Some of us don't. Some people's areolas are bigger than others. My incision is literally right through the areola, so it's dark. And when my incision healed, it just looks like it's part of my areola. So you really can't tell that I got my boobs done unless I tell you. A lot of people don't typically know that I've gotten them done unless you're like a follower of mine or a close family or friend who knows what I was like before and comparing it to now. So yeah, I didn't need to use any cream or anything for scarring at all. In addition to that, I actually did not have to wear post-op bras that a lot of people wear. I was very concerned about this because I didn't want my boobs to be looking like crazy or whatever, or drooping to the floor. And I was confused as to why my doctor suggested that I do not wear any post-op bras or anything like that. But he said just leave them alone. Don't do anything, let them do what they do. Aside from the massages that they suggested, I literally reballed the entire recovery. I did not wear a bra. The only thing was that I could not sleep flat on my back or on my side or on my chest through the entire recovery phase. So that was really, really annoying. I literally had to sit upright in my bed with pillows all around me the entire recovery time. It was the worst ever. I did not like it at all. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. But here we are today with these beautiful girls, so it was worth it. 6 weeks of sitting straight up was worth a lifetime of cute boobs. I'm here for it. I don't care. All right, on to the next question. What bra size do I wear? 99% of the time, I do not wear a bra. But if you guys really want to be technical, I honestly guys, I only have like one bra because I barely wear them anyways since I've got my boobs done. Before I got my boobs done, I was wearing Victoria's Secret's bombshell bras, which were a 32 AA, but they bring you up 2 sizes. So I was looking like a 32B or C, but I really wasn't. I was flat. So really, people didn't know. You know, I was always wearing those push-up bras religiously. I did not go anywhere without them unless I had a bathing suit on. That's the only way people would really know that I was flat. Once I started embracing being flat, then I would wear my bikinis fearlessly and just, you know, walk around loving and embracing my life with no boobs. And something that I really want to stress in this video is that I didn't get my boobs done because I was insecure, because I didn't love myself or whatever. At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I was insecure. I was feeling like because I didn't have boobs, I looked like a boy, or I couldn't fill out my clothes or feel womanly and stuff like that. And I made it a point to get to a point where I was truly comfortable in the skin that I was, whether I had boobs or not, and that getting the breast augmentation would just be an accentuation of who I already am. Whether or not I got the boob job, I would have still been happy within my own skin. I would have been confident, and I had gotten to that point, but it took a very, very long time. So I don't feel like if you are insecure in yourself and the way you look with being flat-chested, or I can't speak for people who have too much boobs, but I can speak for people who are in my situation. But if you are flat-chested and you you want to get a boob job, become comfortable with being flat chested. And then when you get your boobs, it will just multiply your confidence times 10. But don't get your boobs for the sole purpose of increasing that confidence or making you feel better, because you should feel great in the skin that you were created in. God created us all in his image, and it's up to us to accept the way that we were created. But at the same time, if there are things about ourselves that we want to change and we can't change them, I'm not opposed to changing those things. So I am confident with boobs as I was without boobs. I had to do a lot of self-development. I had to do a lot of self-work in order to get to that point, but try to get to the point that you are comfortable whether you get them or not. And then if you still want to get them, then get them. That's my little rant. So to go ahead and answer this question, was it pricey? I don't think the procedure was, I mean, it is thousands of dollars, but in comparison to like other videos I've seen where it's like over $10,000 or close to that, I don't think this procedure was that pricey. Personally, I almost went to another doctor, the doctor who did my mom's boob job, and that's a whole nother story for another day. I gave them a deposit. I put like a lot of money down for that procedure, and they were just very, very flaky. I don't know what happened to that doctor around the time that I wanted my boobs done, but it wasn't giving. Like, it was always hard to get in contact with them. It was very ghetto, and I think they were gonna charge me what, $3,500, and I was ready to pay it. I'm pretty sure it was $3,500, if not $4,500. $3,500 or $4,500 is what they were going to charge me. I went to Dr. Miami for a consultation, and the day of the consultation, he quoted me at $6,700. And the day of the consultation, no lie, he looked at his watch and he looked at his assistant and he said, "I think I have 30 minutes right now. Let's just do it now." And I'm like, you know, Dr. Miami crazy. For those of y'all who don't know, Dr. Miami is a very popular surgeon on social media. He used to be very popular on Snapchat. He used to do like all his procedures on Snapchat. I don't know if he still does it because I'm not on Snapchat like that. But he used to do a lot of his procedures on Snapchat, and he's very popular. So when he said, "Why don't we just do it today?" I'm like, I thought he was joking. And I was like, "Today?" And he's like, "Yeah, come on, I have about 30 minutes. And he's like, "Let's go." And y'all, I had done all of the things that you're not supposed to do before surgery, before that consultation. I was drinking, I was smoking. Let me stop. I wasn't smoking. I was smoking hookah. I was drinking, I was smoking hookah. You're not supposed to have nicotine in your system, and you're not supposed to be drinking in your system. And I had done that within the past 72 hours before that consultation, because I wasn't expecting to have a boob job done on that day. So I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I don't know. Let me call my mom. Let me ask her. So I called my mom and I'm like, I'm in Dr. Miami's office right now, and he said, "Let's do the procedure today." And she's like, "Do it." And so that was all the confirmation I needed. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. But I have to let you know, doctor, that I have drank within the past 72 hours and I have smoked hookah within the past 72 hours. So he did his little test or whatever he had to do, and things were looking fine. So we went ahead and did the procedure anyways. So yeah, the price, I don't think the price was bad. $6,700 for these gummy bear implants. I think it was pretty good. And that brings me on to the next question. So the next question is, what complications did you have after surgery? I wouldn't say they were like real complications, like life-threatening complications, but I did have some symptoms afterwards that were really weird to me. The first symptom being that my throat started getting like really sore. Like, I couldn't talk for a little minute. Because they put like a tube down your throat during surgery, it irritates the throat. So after a while, I think probably like 1 or 2 days post-op, I was like straining to speak. I could not speak at all, and it was kind of scary. But they say that that's normal, and it honestly just popped out of nowhere. So that's one of the symptoms. Another symptom that I had was constipation. So I was constipated for about 3 to 4 days after surgery. I could not poop, and it didn't hurt. It's not like I even had the sensation, you know, like when you know you have to go poop. Like, I didn't have that feeling. I was just constipated. Like, I couldn't poop. And I'm someone who poops every day. Like, I am very regular. TMI, sorry. I am very, very regular. I poop at least once or twice a day. Sorry if you thought I've never pooped in my life. But yeah, I'm very regular. So for me, it's just like normal for me to go sit on the toilet and expect to do that. But I hadn't done that for like 3 or 4 days. So I'm like, something is definitely wrong. So I reached out to the doctor and they said that that's definitely normal. Sometimes they have to give people an, what's that thing called? Like an enema to be able to go to the bathroom, but I didn't have to do that. They told me to just take stool softeners, and I really don't feel like that helped at all. But once it was time, and I did definitely go. Now, another symptom that I did have is that I was taking codeine that was prescribed for the pain, because you are going to be in a lot of pain after surgery, but my mom recommended that before the pain actually starts kicking in, start the medication right away so that you can prevent it from kicking in. So that's what I was doing. I was taking the codeine like every 4 to 6 hours, I think is what was recommended. And I wasn't really feeling that much pain, so it actually did help. However, like after a few days, I started experiencing some weird bloating, which I can insert here so you guys can see. And this was in one of my previous videos, so you guys can go back and watch that video to see like the full details. But I started experiencing some weird bloating in my stomach that wasn't really bloating. It was like fluids just in my stomach, and my stomach was really like pudgy, and you could see that something was very off. So that kind of scared me because it hurt to even touch my stomach. Like my daughter would try to tap it like, "Mommy, why did you stomach like that?" And I'm like, don't touch me. So that was very, very strange because it was actually pretty painful to touch, and it was weird because I had never seen anything like it. But the doctor said that because of the anesthesia and the fact that I'm so slim, it caused all of the fluids to rush down. And I guess maybe because I was sitting up all day, all night long, like it had nowhere to go but down. So that was a very weird symptom that I had, and I didn't like it, but it happened. And I'm okay knowing that it happened because the end results were phenomenal. And the last question before I conclude this video, and I thought this would be a pretty good question to end this video off, is do you ever wish that you had not done it and you just stayed as is, and are you happy? These were 2 separate questions, but I figured I'd just merge them into one. Do I wish I had never done this procedure? No. I am completely happy with the idea of doing this procedure, but I will let you guys know that I slept on this for literally years, if not more than 5 years. Like literally since I was in high school. Middle school, I was like, you know, you don't think about boob jobs in middle school. You're just waiting for your boobs to grow. And I was waiting. All my friends were growing boobs. All my friends were wearing bras, and mine were just stagnant. I thought I was a late bloomer because I didn't get my period until like high school. I didn't get my period until high school, so I thought maybe after I got my period, my boobs would start growing, and that never happened. So I was just a very, very, not even a late bloomer. I never bloomed. I was just a non-bloomer. So I slept on this decision since like high school. I got into high school in 2008, 2009, and it is currently, well, I got my boobs done in 2021. Let me do the math. 2000, I'm gonna do 2009 minus 2021. That is 12 years. I slept on this decision for 12 years, and of course I didn't have the money back then, but I really thought about it and considered it for years and years and years before I actually decided that I was going to go through with it. Do I regret it? No, I do not regret it at all. If I had to turn back time, I would do it again, because I feel so, like, you just feel, let me fix this so y'all can really see. So y'all can really see the action. You just feel a whole lot more womanly. Like when you have grown up with nothing there, you literally feel like a 12-year-old kid when you're 25 years old. Like I used to go to the club with my friends, and they would literally let them all in without checking ID, and I would be that person that got checked. And I know it's because I didn't have boobs. I wanted to feel womanly. I wanted to feel like different types of clothes that I could not wear before. I mean, I could wear them, I just didn't feel the way that I feel now wearing them. Like if I were to wear this top long time ago, it would just be like straight, flat. And at the time I was comfortable doing that. Like, I have plenty of pictures of me wearing similar clothes like this. My 27th birthday, I wore a bathing suit that was a very similar cut, which I can insert here, and I was very happy, okay? I did not care that I didn't have boobs. I was comfortable. Like, the boobs weren't phasing me. But once I decided that I actually did want to get them done and I had the funds to do so, I was all in. I was ready to do the procedure. And so no, I do not regret the decision. I don't think I will ever regret the decision. I'm so happy I did it. I'm so happy with the results. They have dropped tremendously. When I first got them done, they were like up here, and I thought I was looking good. Just because I had something that I never had before. But now that they have dropped, they have definitely made me feel a lot more confident in my clothes and my bathing suits, in everything that I wear. So I do not regret it. I am completely happy. If you are considering getting boobs, I would consider sleeping on it for a little while, letting yourself get comfortable with the fact that you do not have any. And once you start to love yourself the way that you are, if you still want to get them, then that's when I would suggest getting them. But if you're in a phase of feeling insecure because you don't have them, and you think that just because you get them you will feel more secure, I don't think it's gonna work like that. I feel like you should become more secure in the person that you are, the way that you are. And once you are secure, if you still feel like you want to add on to that security, then go ahead and proceed with it. So that's my little 2 cents. You could take it with a grain of salt, you cannot. It's completely up to you. But I honestly appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me through this video. If you guys like this content, definitely go ahead and subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.